this is interesting, maybe not surprising, but interesting that private equity would be overcharging these fees.
You're absolutely right, because as a result of the Dodd-Frank legislation back in 2010, we know that there was a mandate for greater oversight of this industry. And the first phase really got underway about 2 years ago, and that was when the SEC went out and required these smaller firms to register with them. And really it was dubbed as the get-to-know-you phase. We're trying to learn about the business, making some firms clearly uncomfortable, right?
Right.
And in this phase, what's going on is they're getting into the weeds of the business. And in this case, what they found was out of 400 firms, over 50% of them were not charging the right level of fees, or maybe not disclosing exactly how they were charging these fees. And what I mean by fees is that private equity firms charge two parties fees. They charge their investors fees, and then they also charge fees of their portfolio companies, their holdings, what they invest in. And in those
cases, for what?
For advising the company, for restructuring it. You know, like a banker would almost charge fees, a little bit different.
Okay.
But in those cases,
weird, but okay.
It does seem weird.
Yeah.
It does seem weird.
I mean, you're buying the company. Why are you charging the money?
Why are you charging the money?
Yes.
It's just another way of extracting more value from the company, right? In those cases, they found that they improperly charged that portfolio company for fees and sometimes didn't disclose it to investors.
So how long have they been able to essentially get away with this?
It's been a long time, and the reason why everyone's been, not everybody, but the reason why there hasn't been additional scrutiny in the past years is because private equity was making so much money for investors that investors really didn't care how they did their business because they got the check at the end of the day. So now investors are becoming a little bit more keen on expenses, and now you have these kinds of inquiries.
It's always amazing when the tide goes out, right? What gets exposed.
Exactly.